Hello, boys and girls. This is your boy King Jiffy Coats, also known as Jeff, and we got Resbeer. Do you want to go by your first name?
My name is Rasmus. Hello, guys. Happy to be here.
I'm gonna call you Ras, so I don't mess it up.
Alright, that's good.
If that's okay with you, because you might not be able to pronounce. He told me before we started recording. He's like, I don't know about narrating. I don't always pronounce words right. And then he told me his name, and I'm like, ah, shit. Rasmus. Yeah, Rasmus. All right, I think I can do it. I don't even think I gotta call you Ras. I do like Ras though. That's pretty good. But if you guys don't know, he has been a huge contributor to the channel. Under top gain and a bunch of numbers on Reddit, the one story I really liked, and I talked about this in the last episode without Ben when I had Will on. I talked about how much I liked your one where the guy thinks that he's stalking people, but really he's just...
Oh, I'm a good boyfriend.
Yes! Fucking love that story.
Oh, yeah.
And love that story, bro. It bombed?
Oh, yeah, it bombed. No, not until you guys and Paralysis, I think his name is on YouTube. Suddenly, out of nowhere, just there.
Fantastic story. It's fantastic, dude. It's so good. Have you watched Jacob's Ladder?
No, I have not, I think.
It 100% is like Jacob's Ladder. It's still not 100%, but...
I read the two You novel, the ones who turned into a Netflix series.
No,
and I kind of that thought I've had throughout my... That sounded... I mean, I based it off of that, those novels.
That's cool, dude.
What the... My brain shut off for a minute. Okay, continue.
No, dude, it's funny how you'll read something and then all of a sudden you want to write something similar or write something in your own way that's like inspired by that. Like, I don't do a lot of writing. I think I posted like 3 awful stories to the sub, or 4. One of them was a joke.
Yeah. One
of them was definitely a joke about a monster sucking feet. Because I told that to my wife and she's like, that's the most disgusting thing you've ever asked me. Because I asked her, I'm like, what if like a monster crawled out of the ceiling, went down to the edge of your bed and started rubbing your feet, and every day you woke up without like knee and like any pain, your feet felt great, but it was just this ugly ass monster that you knew was rubbing your feet every night. Would you continue letting it rub your feet, or would you move? It's not doing anything bad. You're just getting rid of your pain. Like, why would you? And she's like, that's just fucking weird. Why would you ask me that? And I'm like, I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to ask at the time. And so I wrote it on the side. Most of my writing's pretty garbage, but I'd like... One more time?
I need to narrate this.
Yeah, it's not good. It really is not good, but...
Sounded awesome.
It's really stupid. It's really stupid. And I wrote it while watching a TV show sitting next to my wife. We were watching a show. I asked her the thing. She said, that's really weird. I'm like, I'll write a story out of it. It's terrible.
How did you get the idea by sitting next to your wife watching a TV show? What inspired you right there?
No, it was just I thought, what would be a question that would kind of bother my wife? Like, what would be something that would be like eerily uncomfortable to ask my wife right now? I ask her all the time, like, weird stuff. Like, I'll just like, what if somebody like broke into the house right now, like jumped over the couch, stole one of your organs, but it didn't hurt you. They like reached in and like through means of like bending space and time, ripped out your like liver and said, thanks, chief, here's some Glicklebucks, and then like dipped out of the house. What would you do?
Pictures in my head of this story.
Yeah, it's just...
It wasn't a great photo I got up in my head, but yeah. How can you be so delightful in your stories? Every time I write, I end up killing a child brutally.
Yeah, you are good at that. You are really good at that. But hey, I've always said it, dude. Killing a kid in a story takes balls. It takes balls to do.
Yeah.
You gotta... it's just one of those things that you watch it... And you know what's crazy? You watch a lot of horror movies and stuff. They never do it. They never do it.
I guess Terrifier did it. But,
yeah, Terrifier I heard did it. I've never watched any of those because I heard they're kind of...
I watched the third one in theater. It was the most disgusting shit I have ever seen, and I'm not that easily grossed out by gore. But this movie was fucking weird.
Really?
To a level of weird.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't
know how bad it is for other people, but like I saw people next to me puke and they ran out of the theater, and I was like...
That's crazy, dude. That's insane. Now I'll have to watch this.
I remember the last scene in the movie. It was the absolutely most hard thing for me to watch in my entire life. They like a kind of thing you put things in. I don't...
A jar?
It has holes on both sides.
A hose on the bottle of both sides?
Holes. You can pour stuff through it.
Yeah. Like funnel.
Yeah, kinda. And they put it in a woman's mouth and like smashed it in down her throat. So she vomited out a bunch of stuff, and they put down rats in her in
So it was like
the
a pipe. They like slam a
a
pipe.
pipe. Thank you. Yeah, they slammed the pipe down her throat and shoved the mice down it. It was grotesquely made.
That's
By
crazy.
that low of a budget, I didn't even understand how they did it.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually.
No, yeah. Well, the third one actually had a pretty decent budget behind it. That was the one where they stopped
1
using.
million.
He said that with the third one, they started using more, a little more computer effects and stuff compared to the other two, because they had the budget.
They used I think they used mostly still
Yeah,
practical
practical.
effects.
They still
really fucking made. I got so stuck on watching like 4-hour documentaries about behind the scenes of this movie, and I didn't understand why I wanted to see more. But Damien Leon, I think the director's name.
Yeah. He's
Holy dang! How?
yeah.
That's like the human centipede. Who the fuck gets that idea? Like how?
Yeah, dude. It's half the fun, dude. Half the fun is like seeing some of the crazy stuff. I mean, that's like what part of the fun of the Hostel movies is. They're just so twisted. They're terrible movies. Hostel. I've only seen Hostel 1, but it's not a good movie by any means. But the torture in it. Hostel, like the place that people go when they're backpacking through Europe, the little hotel things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, Hostel.
Yes.
And basically the point of the movie is this guy's backpacking through Europe, and he stays at a hostel, and they drug him, and rich people pay to torture these people. And that's the whole. It's made by Eli Roth, and Eli Roth is only good at one thing. It's not dialogue. It's torture. Or it's gore. It's gore movies. That's all he can do. And yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. But yeah, you have your channel, Resbeer. Do you narrate a lot of your own stories, or is that like weird?
I did back in the days, actually. I started the channel back in 2022, I think, when I narrated the stories on in Swedish for like 2 years of time. When I changed to English and we started actually growing, I think I had, at the highest point of my time, I like 30 people working on the channel at the same time. Understand how I got all these people, and I didn't even know half of them. So it was hard for me to continue doing stuff because I had no idea what was going on anymore, because people just came in and I didn't even know what was happening anymore. So I couldn't continue narrate and edit and all this stuff myself. So I oh my god. So I retired from the narrating role and let others do it for me. But I'm returning and then narrating my stories. I don't know what's wrong with my pronunciation right now.
It's fine. I think you're just being too hard on yourself.
My head wants to.
Oh, I've been there.
Where were I?
You just said you handed it off to other people. So you run that channel. You write stories.
Yeah. I don't write, or I didn't upload. I had no part of the channel anymore. We named it Trivia Podcast Production, I think. And my friends Alexander, Jonathan, and Andre, and Tom was keeping the channel. The only thing I did was giving a thumbs up when they made the video. But then we ended it because, holy Jesus, it was hard to keep the channel going. Many people at the same time. So everyone left except me and Alexander. Now we just have a hobby again and just continuing as we used to do, just for fun. Because it was depressing.
Yeah, no. I had that same problem when I was so when I grew my channel, like I was like massively growing it to like a I was doing drama. I was every like hot topic thing that was popping up, I was like covering. And I was growing massively, but it wasn't fun anymore. You just get to a point where you're just doing it because it's like you want to see the growth, and you hit this point where you're just not even enjoying yourself. And
exactly.
I finally understood why every time Mr. Beast talks to everybody, he's hollow inside. It's just because he just got nothing going on. You're just like, this is all I think about is analytics 24/7.
His soul disappears after a while.
Yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for this show, I would have like gone mad. I love this show because I get to like sit down with Ben and like BS, and this is just like a really fun format just to like kind of talk with people, and like it's fun.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about having you on today is your Top Game account on Reddit, you wrote a thing called Channel 557. So me and Rez here, or I messed up your name, Rasmus here, decided to find one that would work really good with kind of that theme, especially since he's a writer. I figured we would alternate paragraphs, and he could kind of have that
What is a
perspective.
paragraph? I can't translate that in my head. What is a paragraph?
A paragraph, it is a section of text. So you see where it's separated on the page, like how you have these different sections, like spaces between each. There's like a bigger space between each.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Thank you.
each section there is called a paragraph. I don't know what it's called in.
Okay.
Well, what is it called in?
I think, but I didn't connect it.
Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, paragraph. It almost has paragraph in the word too.
I'm telling you, my brain is not braining right now.
We'll
Okay.
switch back and forth, and I figure this is a fun one because you've written a story about a TV channel, so the fact that this is about a TV channel is pretty good. But do you want to start us off?
Sure. Let's say, in the fall of 1987, local news channel WSB TV2 of Atlanta, Georgia, was attempting to fill a scheduling gap in their Sunday morning lineup. After a few
Solicitations.
help me. Thank you.
Solicitations.
By local business. Thank you. By local business owners, they decided to allow the young Reverend Morley Sack to take the available hour block to do a religiously themed show. It premiered October 18th with little promotion.
The show was a standard religious fare and consisted of reverends sitting in a simple chair reading passages from the Bible to the camera and discussing their interpretations and significance in our modern day-to-day life. The show received a reasonable number of viewers and continued to be shown in early December.
It was then that the studio began to receive extremely strange complaints from the viewers of Word of Light with Rev Marley Sack. The calls were from women and women only, who vaguely referred to uncomfortable feelings they had at very specific intervals during the program. They described feelings of nausea, back pain, dizziness, and blurred vision. These callers, for no discernible reason, were convinced that it was their viewing of the program that was causing these symptoms. It was later determined after 3 weeks of complaints that these feelings were happening at roughly 12-minute intervals during... Is it intervals?
Yeah, it's intervals. You got it. You nailed it, bro.
During the course of the program.
See, I think you're being a little too hard on yourself with these pronunciations. I think you're killing it, bro.
Oh, thank you.
The small studio staff checked all recording equipment, both audio and video, and found nothing faulty. When the Reverend was made aware of these incidents, he merely shrugged and stated cryptically, "Some can't handle the voice of God." The head of the studio, at a loss to explain the cause of these complaints, decided to continue running the program.
In February, viewership had dropped sharply, and it was decided to pull the plug on the show. The studio head figured it. The studio... What?
The studio head figured.
Head figured it. It would be more prudent to spend as much time as possible on the news story that had the other two local news networks abuzz. The miscarriage epidemic started sometime in November. The number of healthy pregnant women miscarrying in the Atlanta
Metropolitan
thank you, area had reached over 300. The CDC could find no discernible cause for this terrifying occurrence. Well, I'm not really... What is happening?
So here we go.
Channel,
So the TV channel.
a TV channel.
So there was this TV. There's like a TV channel that's like a local channel. You know how like local channels just always are playing like garbage. Well, this local channel had a 2-hour block that it needed to fill. So it got this reverend to basically have like a TV preaching sermon. Is basically what it was. It was like 2 hours of Jesus. And it was causing women to get incredibly nauseous and like violently ill, which led to them being pulled off of the air. But what it's seeming like is the show was leading to like miscarriage epidemic, like a miscarriage, like women losing their babies, which is
because of the TV channel,
I guess, dude, which is kind of crazy. Like, I honestly, like, I've read so many of these old creepypastas that the fact that this one's kind of gas so far has got me thrown a little bit. Like, that's a pretty gas setup, that just, like, a scary TV reverend is causing miscarriages by, like, women watching, like...
Yep.
What's that show about the televangelists? Righteous Gemstones. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So have you ever seen Righteous Gemstones?
nope, I don't think so.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's about like
This much.
TV. It's about TV preachers, and they're just assholes of people in that show. It's done by the guy by Danny McBride. I don't know if you know who those are, but that is. But
I,
where were we?
I don't know.
Yeah. The Reverend took the show's cancellation with what could be described as abject indifference. When informed, he made no protest, merely nodded, almost knowingly. He left the studio after the last episode was filmed without so much as a word and dropped off the face of the earth. No one ever heard from him again, not his former congregation nor any member of his church. The studio moved on, filling the slot with infomercial and continued to concentrate on the miscarriage story.
A year and a half later, an intern at the WSB studios discovered the tapes of the Words of Light and began going through them in an attempt to find stock footage for an upcoming piece of station. Was doing an impact on religion had on the city. The Atlanta incident, as the miscarriage epidemic became known in the medical journal, petered it out. Thank you. Out 3 months after the studio cancelled Reverend Zach's show, and had already begun to fade from the public consciousness.
As the intern went through the tapes, he accidentally made a disturbing discovery about the footage. While attempting to stop one recording at 10 minutes and 45 seconds, he mistakenly jammed the fast-forward button down. While the footage whizzed by, he attempted to pry up the button with a screwdriver. Just as he succeeded, the tape stopped at 32 minutes and 1 second. The intern actually fell out of his chair when he looked up at the frozen screen, the image of a badly decomposed, severed head filling up the entire frame. After he collected himself, he moved the film back a few frames, then forward, and realized that his mind was not playing tricks on him. He began going through the rest of the recording and soon discovered that exactly 12-minute intervals, the image would appear for 1 frame.
One of the still frames of the severed head.
So every 12 minutes that would pop up. It's like Fight Club when Brad Pitt puts a penis in movies for a single frame. Have you never seen Fight Club either?
Sorry, wait, what?
Have you ever seen Fight Club?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So at the beginning of Fight Club, Brad Pitt's character works at a movie theater, and what he does is for a single frame of the movie somewhere, he would cut a picture of a penis into the film, into a kid's film. So when parents were watching it, it would pop up and like horrify everybody in the audience. And it's just like, this is kind of like the same thing. Every 12 minutes, a severed head pops up on screen during this religion sermon. So it's like, yeah, so all these people just watching it to hear the word of God are now seeing a fucking severed head.
Am I hearing the word of God?
That would be crazy. They're like, that's like Cormac McCarthy
This
word
is
of
what's
God.
gonna happen to you if you go to church as this is you.
Yeah, exactly. Go to church if this is it. Literally, they go to the church. There's just a head on the. There's just a head sitting on the pulpit or whatever they call it, and the preacher is just like, "This man did not give his life to Christ. Christ was not given through him, so we removed his head. Don't be like this man."
Thinking it was some practical joke being played on the new guy, he presented it to one of the film technicians, ready to be mocked. The technicians was just as puzzled as him. No one had touched the footage since the cancellation of the show, after the studio had closed off for the night. The intern convinced the tech to help him go through all the tapes of the Words of Light. He discovered that every single episode had the same horrifying end.
They also realized that the show progressed. The image became more disgusting as the maggots began to eat away at the loose flesh, and pieces of hair and skin seemed to fall off exponentially. The tech made it clear to the intern that what they were seeing was technically impossible, since the film itself showed absolutely no sign of splicing, and he himself had been at every filming of the show and knew of no time where this image could have been inserted into the frame.
All of this was presented to the studio head, fearing some kind of backlash over allowing this to get on air, ordered all the tapes destroyed. He told the intern and the tech that he had no interest in knowing who did it at this point, only that covering their collective asses in all that's important right now. He demanded that they only mention this to no one.
The tech easily moved on, remembering the incident as a darkly funny personal anecdote. But the intern couldn't let it go. He made copies of as many tapes as he could before they were wiped out, and took them to see if he could find anything else on them that might point to who did this or why they would.
A week later, he attempted to rope the tech into helping him again, saying that he believed he had discovered something even more disturbing than the images himself. When the single frames were edited together in chronological order, the head's mouth appeared to be moving, as if trying to form words. The tech, fearing for his job, told him to get rid of the copies and not talk about it again.
A week later, police responded to a 911 call made by an elderly woman in one of the Atlanta suburbs at dusk. She had heard horrible noises coming from her next-door neighbor's house, where a young couple lived. She told the emergency responder that the wife was pregnant, and that she was terrified that something had happened. When the officers arrived at the scene 20 minutes later, they found no lights on in the windows, and the front door ajar. They moved in slowly and made their way to the living room.
Is it too far off to say that this story kind of reminds me of 1999?
I've never read 1999.
Read it?
No.
That's a future. But seriously, though it's very long.
Actually, no, I think Creepcast covered it, didn't they? Didn't they cover that? I think
Yeah, I think they did.
I think they did. I think I know which one 1999 is. That's another one about like
TV shows.
A TV show. Yeah, that's the better one. So there's Candle Cove and then there's 1999, and that's the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Bear.
The bear, yes, yeah. So I always forget it's called 1999, but I remember the bear. Yeah.
You remember the bear?
Yeah, I mean, this is different enough from 1999 to where I think that it stands on its own. This is something that, like, with 1999, it was people like trying to figure out like where I think yours is closer to 1999. I would say Channel 557 is way closer to 1999. And that was
this one.
What? Then this one? Yes, I think Channel 557 is way closer. Okay. Inside, they found a young woman dead with her abdomen slashed open. The wound was jagged, and a trail of blood led from the body to the couch on the far end of the room. There sat her husband, the studio intern, naked, the corpse of his unborn child at his feet, dying. In his hand, he held a rusty piece of metal siding he had used to gut his pregnant wife. The television was on and playing an 18-second loop of silent footage of a decomposing head mouthing some unintelligible words. Oh, you got it. Land this plane. I know, I'm a monster. I was hooked.
The story at the police
precinct
to this day goes that the intern kept saying under his breath over and over again as they led him away, "The light of God calls them."
Oh, God. What an ending. That's actually dope. That kind of gave me chills that the light of God calls them. Oh, dude. It was like sacrificing it. It was like almost sacrificial in a way.
Yeah.
That's dark. That's super dark. Holy shit.
I can't really imagine how many stories there could actually be online. Like, it's crazy. My head can't really in how big creepypasta became during this era.
Well, here's the thing. You're like 17, I think, right? I'm 30,000 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a vampire. And I remember when creepypasta like I don't know when it started, but I remember when I started hearing about them, and there's already so many at that point. And now it's almost like they even like wrap in like Reddit to it too. Like, people call creepypastas just like No Sleep Stories are under the creepypasta banner at this point too, right?
Wasn't the first creepypasta Ted Caver?
Yeah, but that wasn't actually a creepypasta. It was he wrote it on he made a blog. Like, it was he made it like he had started a blog that was he was like blogging about spelunking, which is cave diving, right? and then decided to create a horror story and just add it into a spelunking blog to make, and that's why everybody thought it was, yeah, everybody thought it was real because it was just in the middle of his spelunking blog, and it was kind of like a practical joke. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was super cool idea. Like make this horror story prank to get the internet before, and then I remember one that like really put a lot of eyes on like creepypastas was Slenderman, of course. And
oh yeah, of course, the biggest one, I think.
The next one would have to be the Russian sleep experiment. I think everybody thought the Russian sleep experiment was real in middle school. I think.
Yeah, I thought it was real when I was a little kid.
Yeah, dude, I 100% like somebody told me
my father like 5 years ago actually thought it was real as well. I remember he was a teacher at one point. He had a class explaining the Russian sleep experiment as if it was a real thing.
Yeah.
So his student learned about a fake experiment that he thought was real. So he needed to teach the kid history.
Oh, that's crazy, bro! I bet he was crushed when he found out it was fake.
This thing, and I was like, "It's not real." I was like, "What? I just had a class about it. What do you mean it's not real?" He chose to write to each of the students and beg for their forgiveness because they apparently was very intrigued by this and went home to search up about it. So he felt bad. So he spent like 2 hours writing long messages to each of the students.
Oh, that's fucking classic, bro. That's so classic. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, I do want to say one more thing about this story. Like, when we were talking about yours being, the reason I say yours is closer to 1999 is because you have the scenes of like torture happening, and I felt like that was closer to what was kind of happening in 1999.
It's kind of similar because it's also it's supposed to be a murderer killing people on TV. What you mean?
And this one is almost oh, I'm gonna die. This one's almost like a something supernatural or almost probably evil is happening. It's probably some like cult. I almost have like cult vibes or demonic worship where people are feeling like they have to sacrifice their unborn children to a god.
For me, it almost seems supernatural, more like the not like the other side.
Yeah, which is weird to see.
With TV creepypasta.
Yeah.
I did write. I heard your. What is your co-host's name now again?
Ben.
I heard you too back when you narrated channel 557. I remember the comment about it ending too quickly or something.
We have the second one coming out. Before this episode airs, the second part will air for your 557 thing.
You have seen it. I was about to explain what it was.
Yeah. We have seen it. We've covered it. But for people out there watching this, that episode isn't live yet when we recorded this, so no idea. We covered 2 stories in that, I think, of yours. I can't remember exactly which ones.
I think one of my stories became the second most liked ones on your pages. I don't remember. That was really fun. But was during the way I did it egoistic and checked through all my big stuff?
Was it Mossy Rocks? You wrote Mossy. Moss. I think, to be honest, I think it was Didn't you? Let me see here.
Oh yeah, I found a hidden room in my girlfriend's bedroom wall.
Yeah, that's that. I really we kind of took the piss on that one a little bit on you, I think. Not too mean. We weren't too mean, but that was not our. I think the only reason that one wasn't our favorite is because we read the one in the walls.
Yeah. The girlfriend ones.
Yeah, we read that one.
Yeah, because I wrote it. This one was actually based on something that actually happened. I don't remember. I wrote in the story as my father, but it was not my father. A relative was. This experience is kind of based off of something that happened. Like, I don't remember. Was it my aunt or something? I don't remember. It was someone in my some relative it happened to. I just remember the story being told by her, and it intrigued me to write something larger out of it. But it never became like the story I wanted it to be. And I wrote it like 2 years ago. But I thought, okay, well, if I'm already here, so I can start uploading stuff.
Yeah, no, we liked it.
Didn't-
The thing about that is we kind of like make jokes about the this really happened thing because creepypastas used to put
Oh, you
that.
did you do episode of this?
Yeah, it's the same one that we do
Oh.
channel 557 on. That's coming up.
Yeah. I changed the name on the 557 one.
Yeah. So the
You did both.
yeah. So
Okay.
we double up on stories a lot of times. That's why our episodes are so long, and a lot of these stories are so like with how short these are. But we did an episode where we just read 2 of your stories. We read the In the Walls one, and then YouTube channel 557.
Yeah, oh, that was what I named it. Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we did both of those, and the thing we kind of like I know that we were like kind of like joking about the this really happened thing because of how many old Reddit stories and old creepypastas used to say that this really happened. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So we kind of
I think I was going off.
yeah. So we kind of were like, well, I'm sure this really happened. You know what I mean? And then the thing that would kind of suck with that story too is there is a story. We made an episode on it, but it was my dad finally told me what happened that day. Now I don't know if you've watched that episode on HauntedRouter, but if you like reading creepypastas, my dad finally told me what happened that day is the best person living in the wall story ever written. It is so good. It is so good, and it's so scary. The end, like the ending, like pull on that is just chef's kiss. Like my dad finally what?
Continue.
Oh, I was just saying, my dad finally told me what happened that day is just such a creepy story. Like voices whispering from the vents, like hands like touching, like putting their fingers through vents and stuff, and it is unsettling, like from beginning to end.
Yeah.
You got to check that one out. It is called, I think it's called My Dad Finally. I usually title them what the story is, but
okay.
It would be 5 months ago. My dad finally told me what happened that day. That's and the thumbnail is Ben kind of looking backwards and me coming out of a wall.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I was searching up. But when we were on that topic, what is your favorite creepypasta story ever?
That's a tough one, honestly. So the first story we ever did was The Chasm. We did 4 episodes where we read The Chasm, and it's a long story, and
yeah,
I love The Chasm.
Actually, 4 episodes.
Yeah, each episode is around an hour, almost 2 hours. They kind of an hour and a half to 2 hours, and The Chasm is so stupid. It's basically Toxic Commando. The idea is horror movie monsters are beating the shit out of each other in a giant prison riot. It's so stupid, but I love it to my deepest core because it reminds me, it's very, I don't know, it's very 80s B-movie, like grindhousey, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Where it's just so bad, but it's so good because you're just watching like Vampire Cup punch like the demon or like devil nurse, and it's just so stupid, but I love it. It was one of the ones that I had listened to like a long time ago, and I was like, I love this for all the wrong reasons, but it's just so awesome. I could listen to that story over and over again. It's just I could read it over and over again. It's just such a stupid story, but it's so much fun, so over the top, absolute peak schlock. Like, just the sloppiest garbage ever, but I love it. I for one that scared me, probably Pen Pal. I'm gonna go fucking...
Fuck, you took my word. Oh.
Pen Pal's... I think Pen Pal's the best. I don't think there's anything that can compare to Pen Pal.
I was just about to say that I'm not as picky as you seem to be, but like, I think the best stories I've read is Pen Pal.
It's just so
absolutely, 100%.
It's so good.
We are currently doing that on our channel. That is.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you guys were doing that on the channel. That's a tough one. I
did that in Swedish back in the days. Sitting and translating each word to Swedish was the most hard and toughest thing I've done in my life because it took so fucking long time. I think we started to think about the stories in like July, and I think they were released in September because of the translation. So it was fucking
Yeah, that sounds
And it was
brutal.
the only movie as well. So it was like me sitting up like 5 hours per day to take half the story translate.
I didn't do anything that extensive, but I've sat down and re-recorded or like rethought of how to do this video I'm working on Cormac McCarthy's Child of God. If you haven't read that and you like horror, read Cormac McCarthy's Child of God. Absolutely.
I actually, it seems familiar.
There was a movie with James Franco that's not very good that you might have watched. It's okay.
The most creepypasta movies is not good. Like look at Slender.
Well, this isn't a creepypasta. Cormac McCarthy's like a super established author. No Country for Old Men. You know what No Country for Old Men is? The movie?
Oh,
incredible film. It's like it won an Oscar. I'm pretty sure it won the Oscar. It was it's one of the best movies ever made. But it's written by the author Cormac McCarthy, and he wrote a book, and the audiobook's like 3.5 hours, so it's a quick listen. But if you listen to Child of God, it is such a powerfully disturbing book. The plot is basically about this like isolated dude who starts he like finds a dead woman, starts having sex with it, and then becomes like slowly descends into a serial killer.
Is it made in 1973?
Yep. It is.
Oh, it's a novel.
Yeah, it's a novel. It's an actual novel. And Cormac McCarthy's considered like one of the modern American great writers. That's
a very great question. I was about to say Stephen King, but
he would probably be on the same list as Stephen King. After Cormac McCarthy died, Stephen King talked about how much of an influence Cormac McCarthy was to him. I think Stephen King tends to be a little bit bloated. I do like Stephen King, but the dude writes in such a bloated way. He's like,
I've tried to read through the It book.
Oh, dude, I have the hardback of it, and I can't.
Because I adored the movies so goddamn much. I don't care what others think about it. It's the best piece of gold that has ever been made in our universe, and it's mostly because we have a Swedish person in it.
Yeah. Skarsgård?
Yep.
Dude, that guy can act.
It's the most, if you don't include inflation, it's the most successful box office horror movie in ever.
Yeah, and I love it. A lot of people kind of complain about it. Me and Ben have had back and forths about how he thinks it's a little too jump scary. I love it. I think it is the perfect. The thing is it's not a movie made for horror fans. It's made for. It's always hard to talk about it. Yeah, but it's a movie made for a casual fan of horror movies that can bring you.
It's made for everyone.
That's what I mean. It's made for everyone, but it's a perfect entry to people who aren't sure that they like horror movies.
Yeah,
and that's what I love.
think because it's scary on so many other different levels. Because like it's not just one fear that most movies base the stuff on. You know, the thing about Pennywise using fear to lure in children, like just that fear. They have so many different scares in it that people with clown phobia, with spider phobia. What is his name?
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia. Thank you. The phobias for dirt. I don't know that. You know, Eddie Kaspbrak's his fear. You know, for disgusting shit.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
Okay.
I only knew arachnophobia. After that, my retarded ass was just lost.
Because I think like the movie is based on so many different types of fears.
Well, that's like
everyone can enjoy.
The last episode that I had subbed in Will instead of Ben because Ben was busy. Will, you had him in one of your videos. He's
sorry, he never told me his name. He said that ninja there for me. So
yeah, his name is Will.
Okay, it's Will. Yeah. Okay, good. I learned it from you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to call him that guy the whole episode.
Okay, Will. Yes.
But he was like, we were talking about how because he brought up it as well, and he was talking about like we were talking about the fear of clowns and how like I just because there's this part in that story about like a mime like fake laughing, and I always said that that type of stuff never scared me because I'm not like I don't find clowns scary. I've never found clowns scary, and they're just not. So the thing that was scary about like Pennywise is the fact that he could mirror your fear to you. He could become whatever your greatest
Yeah.
fear was, and that's what's scary
Whatever
about it. And that's like one of my favorite all-time movies made off of a Stephen King book, and I actually like the novella as well, is 1408. 1408 is one of the most deeply disturbing stories ever made.
Is it Stephen King, you said?
Yeah, it's a short story by Stephen King. And the whole premise is a guy...
Short?
Yeah, the whole thing is it's about a guy who writes about, like, haunted places. If you know those books, it's like 10 most haunted places. Well, he writes books like that. And there's a room called 1408 that's supposed to be haunted. He's going to spend the night in it. Well, the room basically...
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and the room basically just takes all of the worst things in your mind and all of your deepest
Didn't he base that off himself?
What?
Didn't he base that off himself? Like, experience he actually had?
I don't know about that.
I heard about that. He went to a hotel and I don't remember exactly what happened, but something in there happened and he based this story off of that.
Yeah, I just love the idea that all of your worst thoughts and like biggest regrets are shown to you in a you have to live through them in a room, and it's just because the room wants you to offski yourself. Stupid YouTube.
Even though I'm a horror fan, I have never in my entire life feared like anything. That has haunted my parents for years when I was a little kid, because I never feared anything. Like a 4-year-old usually has darkness, fears darkness or something. I didn't fear anything. So, you know, if I somehow became, I need to rearrange that. I didn't fear like horror stuff. That was what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
But if I felt fear, I usually put on horror movies to
calm you,
easily go to sleep. So, like my parents often talk to like psychiatrists and shit, and like, is my son, is he like a psychopath? And they were like, no, ma'am.
Well, and it's just about finding a medium that works for you too. Like that's like the thing. My wife is like super affected by horror movies. They like super scare her. She can't watch them. Are you okay? Did you almost die?
Spilled all over my.
I saw. You look like you're having a trouble there with that water.
You can continue, or you just need to get out.
Okay. But so I don't get to watch as many horror movies as I used to because of the fact that they really do affect my wife. They scare her down to her core. And for me, I can put a horror movie on, fall asleep halfway through it, like nothing happened. It's just a movie to me. But for
it's acting on screen.
Yeah,
that's all I can see.
Yeah, for me, it's just I'm more there for like the storytelling and what are they gonna. Yeah, I'm there.
Why do you take the words from my mouth?
Yeah, I'm there to see what they do. Like even if it's like sort of cliche. If I'm watching a horror movie that it feels like I've seen it a million times, I want to see what they do with this thing I've seen a million times. I'm looking for stuff like that. My wife is just locked into this is the most scary thing that I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna lock every single door to our house 8 times. And we better watch a sitcom before we go to bed. So, I mean, it just everybody has like their.
My old friend was also like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything with him. I couldn't even go out at night with him because I was scared of exactly everything. I couldn't leave him alone in the fucking living room at night if he came over for a night, like back in the day. It was crazy. But I was about to say something, but I don't remember. It was something I have kept in my head.
I had a friend that we used to go.
Yeah. Don't take me wrong. I love horror movies, as I said. But I think I'm more intrigued and more easily creeped out by stories, actually. If I can imagine things in my head, instead of seeing it on screen, it feels like it's more, this could look like anything. Like, that scares me. That's one of the only things that scares me. Like, this is a story that don't have any pictures to it. You can't see anything.
You have to create it in your head.
You don't know how it looks, how it ended, or stuff like that, because, like, you have to imagine yourself.
That's to be honest, though, like one of the most scared I've ever been was again a Stephen King novel, but Misery. Misery scared me to my core reading that as a child. I read that and I was homesick for a week with the flu, and I had like the flu and the stomach flu. Like I had all this stuff going on where I just was stuck at home in bed. And I read Misery, a book about a guy stuck in somebody's house, and it was just like it was hitting too close to home. But I remember that book just shaking me to my entire core, and Misery just like terrified me to my absolute bare beginning. And it was I watched the movie, and the movie's really good. It's a good, like, I think Misery movie, the movie did a good job of trying to tell the story the book did, but it will never be as scary as that novel is.
Oh yeah.
Bro, popping a Zinni McMillie. Let's go, dude.
Sorry?
Oh, I saw you do something like there, and I was like, "Is bro popping a Zin?
Oh yeah.
Popping a pouch, bro."
Yeah. Pouch?
Yeah, I thought you were popping a pouch, like a nicotine pouch for a second.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, dude. When I was I was in Hungary, and
When you were hungry, you ate nicotine pouches.
when I was in Hungary, I put a nicotine pouch in, right? Thinking it was like I thought at most it was like a 9 milligram, but they're called Pablo.
Yeah, Pablos.
Yeah, dude, those things are very strong. Did not know they were that strong, and I put 4 in, thinking they were like 9s because 9 I can't feel. A 9 milligram I can't feel, and I put 4 in, and I got so nicotine sick, bro.
This is 50 milligrams.
Yeah, they're 50. I thought they were less than that, so they were 50 milligrams. So I put 450.
50 milligrams strong.
Yeah, well, mine didn't say. Mine was the old can lid that didn't say how many milligrams. Remember what the old one looked like? Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, now I'm left alone. Hello, everyone. It's me. I'm here. I hope you're doing good. He's away right now, and I'm sitting here all alone. I'm scared. Like a simulation. Oh, hey.
I can't find the can lid, but it had the guy on the front with 2 pistols. Like he had 2 pistols pointing toward you, and it just said super strong. I don't know where I put the can lid, but I have it somewhere, and it was like.
Is it a Pablo you said?
Yeah, it was the Pablo's old.
Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I had tried when I was in Hungary, and it didn't tell me how many milligrams on the top of the can.
Oh yeah, but I think it says on the background anyway.
Yeah, well at the time I didn't look at the back, and when
can I actually ask something that I'm really intrigued to hear? Do you live in America?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. How big is this stuff for you? Like we in Sweden we call this snus. It's everywhere, exactly everywhere.
No, it's everywhere here too.
Up to 170 milligrams. Like it's illegal, but I see people go around with it anyway.
So
this is the biggest stuff in Sweden.
So the Pablos I've never seen in America. The Pablos.
You call it Zin in?
Zins, yeah.
What's
so
it called?
There's a company called Zin who does it over here. They're the biggest company, but there's Zin.
We have like. I think we have 114 different companies doing.
Oh, dude, there's so many. There's so like. I use one called FRE, and they're 15 milligrams a pouch, and that's the biggest I can find here in the U.S. And like I said, when I was in Hungary, I bought Pablos, and those are like super powerful. And dude, you know what was great about Pablos? After like I found out how much nicotine there was, and I was like, okay, only 1 pouch, bro. I'd hit that like ride. I'd hit that buzz ride on those. I had a 16-hour flight back to the U.S. right. And I was just sitting on the plane watching Tulsa King just like so happy on that plane, dude. I'm like, this is the best. I love these Pablos. I was actually low-key sad when I got back to the US because I could not get Pablos. I mean, I could
you can't buy Pablos in the US?
They're not at stores now. That's like you guys have that energy. Hungary has this energy drink, and I know it's a lot of Europe called Devil or no Hell, Diablo or I think it's Hell Energy. Yeah, Hell Energy drink. It just says Hell on it. It's very popular in Hungary. It is funny because like I was in Hungary and I'm like, why is there posters of Bruce Willis everywhere? Like there's just everywhere there's just Bruce Willis holding an energy drink, and I'm like, what is this, dude? And Hell is basically like Hungary's Red Bull.
Hungary.
Yeah.
Hungary.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hungary.
Okay.
Yeah, because I spent a week I spent 10 days in Hungary during my honeymoon, and went and saw Budapest and Győr and stuff. That was like, I ran out of Copenhagen, which is like the ground tobacco that you chew.
Yeah.
I'd brought in enough for me to like hopefully last the trip, but we extended it to go to Hungary, and ran out, and I got the Pablos because that was the The only tobacco or nicotine pouch I could find was Pablo's. It was that or cigarettes, and I'm not a smoker. So
Funny thing is, it's not actually big in Sweden.
no.
I think the mostly used here is something called let's see, what is it called? Oh, brain work. Oh, it's this. It's one of the strongest that you can find here. We have iceberg and why? Why is it blank?
No, it's chill. I mean, it's funny because like a lot of like unless you're Swedish, people probably wouldn't.
Oh, Cuba.
Okay. I never had that one. I just think it's crazy that you're the only other person. So
you have to find. You have to find that. Dang! It burns away your lip. Like every time you take it out, the whole pack is a bunch of your
skin.
What is it?
Gum.
Gum is.
That's
is
crazy. That's actually diabolical. Yeah, no,
That was the first one I ever took in my life.
Oh, dude,
a friend of mine, he tricked me into it. That motherfucker, he brought me a Pablo. This is the least strongest we have in Sweden. Put the boat in. I put it in, and I almost fucking died, man.
Yeah, no, if you start shaking, you start getting the sweats. Like
I almost puked.
Yeah, dude, I never felt as weird as I did when I put 4 of those Pablos in, and just was dying, bro. I was dying. I was not ready for that.
I call it double sandwich. You're a king if you can put in 2 Pablos at once.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, it's what I did.
4.
Because there used to be these ones called Camel Snooze, right? There was Camel Snooze.
Oh yeah.
And I could pop 4 of those no problem when I was in high school. I would be sitting in class with foreign, right? And that was just normal. So I figured it was just like those. So I popped 4 and they were not like those. Definitely not, dude. Pablo's grab you by your balls and take you for a ride, good buddy.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because like Freeze over here are like one of the biggest. So anybody I know who does the pouches, they do like a 3 or 6 milligram, right? Which I do a 15, so I'll pop 2 15s in, which is like 30 milligrams, and it doesn't really affect me. But I had a buddy who like does like he thinks he's cool because he can do a 9 milligram, and he took like 2 of mine, threw them in, and bro, he got nicotine sick like bad. And I was like, bro, you're gonna be okay. I swear it's gonna be okay. I was like, I told you not to take 2. I told you not to. And he's like, yeah, but I like chew these all. He's like, I put pouches in all the time, bro. I always got a lip pillow, bro. And I'm like, yeah, but these are a lot stronger than what you do, buddy.
Is that a cat in the background?
Yeah, I got a cat. I got 2. I got 1.
Cat.
I don't know where the other one
cats
is.
anger me.
Oh, well, these
cats
guys
anger me because I'm allergic.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah,
so when I have 4 cats back in the days, and I almost died.
Oh, that's unfortunate, bro. They're the easiest pet in the world.
Oh, easiest and most beautiful pets.
Mm-hmm. You really?
My favorite animal. How do we change subjects?
Oh, we're on a whole different thing. I just saw you putting up an upper decky, bro. You put an upper decky in, and I was like, dude, my train of thought was gone, bro. I've been rocking an upper decky this entire time. So I was like, hey. I was like, way to go, dude. That's like fucking dope energy. I like to see it.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
Anyways, I gotta wrap it up. This has been a fun episode. That story was dope. You're fucking fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. And stop gooning in the goddamn closets. There's a bedroom for that. Like, go do that in the bedroom.
What?
Do you not know what gooning is? It's
yeah. I didn't hear I just heard closet. I didn't understand.
Yeah, I always tell people not to goon in the closet at the end of every episode.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, because like if you go to the closet, you just get your clean clothes all dirty. All right, deuces.